Hey y'all, Irix Guy here, back again, and I've got a very nice surprise today as it emerges from the bottom of the screen here, and I'm going to keep it concealed so you don't see what it is until I turn it around. Now, and I'll give you a little hint. This is the 2007 gold medal winner from the Great American Beer Festival, and you may have heard that referred to as GABF. That big festival out there in that place called Denver, Colorado. So without further ado, behold, Stone Levitation. Now a lot of people think this is Leviathan. No, it's Levitation, like, you know, lifting up off the ground. Levitation Ale, 4.4% alcohol by volume. It's not as, you may have watched my Arrogant Bastard video, it's not as alcoholic as the Arrogant Bastard, but it is a 4.4% alcohol by volume. It is brewed by Stone Brewing Company in North County, San Diego. And on the back, and I'll read this, it says Stone Levitation. That's Stone Levitation Ale. Not alleviation, not divination, and no, not Leviathan either. Though these other oft-uttered permutations of this very special brew's proper name may not be too far off the mark. First of all, let's talk about what the word levitation means. One definition states that it means to rise in apparent defiance of gravity. Yes, that's a good one. Another, perhaps more nuanced meaning is that this phenomenon is typically the result of a supernatural power. We'll take that one too. After all, Stone Levitation Ale certainly defies the gravitational forces at work in much of the beer industry today. Less character, less flavor, less creativity, and for any supernatural forces at work in this beer, well, we can only guess. Though brewer's yeast pretty much qualifies in our book, we do know that you will find more flavor and character than previously thought possible in a beer of such a modest 4.4% alcohol by volume. It does in this sense seem to indeed defy the laws of gravity and nature. There really is nothing unnatural at all about the beer itself. It's not a natty light, so that would be unnatural. Nothing wrong with natty light. Good light beer, you know, to drink in the water. It does, let's see, in this sense, seem to indeed defy the laws of gravity and nature. There really is nothing unnatural about this beer itself, of course. It is made from 4 all-natural basic elements of craft beer. Excuse me. Water, barley, hops, and yeast. Cheers. American Heritage Dictionary of the English Language, 2006. Random House Unabridged Dictionary, 2006. www.stonebrewing.com. Ingredients: nothing but barley, hops, water, and yeast. So without further ado, let's get into this. And it does on the side, it says American Style Red/Amber Beer category. So let's first get the nose on this. And you notice I kind of go around the bottle. Well, it popped off without having to go around too far. It's got a very good nose on it. And as with any beer, you never want to drink a quality craft beer out of the bottle. That just says, that exudes a lack of class on the lowest level possible. And this is a Stone beer, and it's incredible to be able to get this on the East Coast. I should have angled my glass a little bit, because that's an unacceptable pour. Good nose on it when it's in the glass. Definitely after having an Arrogant Bastard from Stone also, this is I would say if you're wanting to get into craft beer, I would use Stone Levitation is kind of a way to get you up there. Maybe that's why they called it levitation. They're like, we're going to get these people, we're going to raise them out of the pits of cheap light beer, Coors Light, Miller Lite, Natty Light, etc. Nothing wrong with those beers. They're great in the lake and they serve a purpose. When you're out there and you want to drink, go for it. But when you want to sit down and savor an exceptionally crafted beer, it is good to the last drop. But yeah, I would call, and like I said, I'm not a Cicerone. I do plan to become a Cicerone. But in my uneducated analysis of this fine beverage, I would consider this to be a good gateway beer. A beer that could carry one from the pits of cheap beer into the ranks of eliteness of the craft beer community. Because it's not, coming in at a 4.4% ABV, alcohol by volume, it's not one that's just going to knock you on your tail, but it's not one that's going to say, I'm drinking a light beer out of a can that everybody else in the building's drinking. It's going to set you a notch above. And the flavor profile of this, it's awesome. It really, and not being a Cicerone yet, I can't properly put this into words, but it's a, and I don't want to use anyone else's words. I know there's a lot of beer review sites out there like New Brew Thursday, which is awesome, and they would probably, if they're watching this, they'd probably say something like it's a party in your mouth, and I don't want to use their words because they've said that about a lot of beers, but I'll use my own words to define this beer. And I will just say it is a bridge from normalcy to epic winning. It bridges the gap because it gets people from, like everybody else, drinking that light beer. Nothing wrong with that. But, like everybody else drinking the light beer. And it enables that bridge. Imagine this Stone Levitation as a bridge. And it gets them over to the craft beer side. And once you're in the craft beer side, and this is something that a lot of people don't realize yet. A lot of people do, but a lot of people don't. And that is that food and beer can pair as well as wine and beer. And beer is the new wine. You're going to start to see, and you already have in a lot of bigger cities, but you're starting to see the trend where if you go out and eat a certain kind of food, for eating a steak, you want a really good and full flavored beer. If you're eating fish, you want something a little bit lighter. But you're seeing those Cicerones starting to pair an exceptionally crafted beer with a certain entree, and that's what's so awesome about this. So if you want to pick up a few beers, couple beers, instead of a bunch of light beers, you can do this and you can learn a lot too, because you can really you can enhance your palate. You can become a professional, a beer connoisseur, not a beer snob, because people don't like snobs, but you can become a beer expert. And this is just a great, that's what I think about when I think about Stone Levitation. Is that it's that gateway beer. It's that bridge between normal and exceptional. It is a transitional beer, and I love it. So without further ado, share this video with others. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's youtube.com/IrixGuy. And y'all have a good day.